Learning on the piano. You don't learn the first time, you don't play it right the first time. It takes much repetition and practice.
I have another question. Whenever I'm in a training class and I have foreign people from other countries in my classes or in my sessions, which happens to me all the time, they will ask me a question. I cannot understand them. It's so embarrassing. And I would like some help in knowing how to understand them without embarrassing them too badly. But it's like they want me to write down what they've just said, and I have no clue what they've just said. And I mean, it's really awkward.
That's a really unfortunate problem, and I'm sorry that's happening to you. I think that when I'm faced with a similar situation, I ask them to spell the word. And that gives them a clue that maybe they're not being as clear as they could be, and it helps you understand them.
They often speak too quickly, and if they would slow down, I could get it, but they don't seem to want to do that.
Find new clients.
Pass out index cards before you speak and ask the question.
I want to say that.
I just pass out index cards before you give the presentation, and so they can write their questions down. What did she say?
Pass out.
Pass out.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Index cards.
Projecting it. Better.
Pass out.
Stand up. All right.
Give you a lesson right on.
What I said was, you can pass out index cards before your presentation and ask them to write their questions down and turn them in at the end of the presentation.
This is your website, right?
The written word
Sometimes
certainly
questions
helps you
occur during the
communicate.
Was that how it was
Think
avoided?
about what it is you want to say.
Sometimes
and
questions
spell it out.
always
I
pop up
understood
during the
you.
class.
Not really looking on the spot, but what advice would you have for the presidential candidates?
Where are you from?
From McCall. England originally.
Thank you for tracing that back a little further. Where in England?
From Manchester.
So, do people ask you to spell words when you speak?
Well, it depends on how many drinks, but. So
Do you have trouble communicating, or do you find that everybody understands you?
yeah, once I knew the difference between using y'all and all y'all correctly, it's simple.
Just a minor grammatical correction.
Pronunciation.
That's it.
So what about the presidential candidates? What advice would you give each one?
Wow, you know, it's interesting that you asked that question, and I have not looked at the candidates closely and critiqued them in this election, but in the last election I did, and actually I do give a talk on talking to the media, and in that discussion I take a look at the two most powerful speakers in the last election, which was Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. And in fact, I did cover, when they came to Selma, Alabama, I did cover a story in which they were both speaking and had to play their sound bites over and over again. So I started to really critically listen. Barack Obama, who here thinks Barack Obama is a great speaker? Politics aside, great speaker. Yeah, I agree. How about Hillary Clinton?
No way.
Right?
A lot of
Yeah.
uhs. I can count 25 uhs when she makes a speech.
Exactly. Hillary is so fake. Hillary gets up there and she said, she was at a church and she said, she was supposed to woo the people in the church, and she said, "This is the day the Lord has made." And I thought, oh God. Who would vote for this woman? She may be married to a wonderful man, but that's just not enough. And Barack Obama got out there and he was powerful, he was forceful, he spoke in sound bites, he came down at the end of the sentence with his voice pitch. And I thought, this man is going to win, and sure enough he did. Now there was a lot more to it than just how he spoke, but I think in our leadership, we want people who can handle a microphone, who can handle themselves in front of an audience, who can be interesting, who can speak with articulation, and who sound authoritative, right? Who sound credible. Now, I have not, I think Barack Obama, sounds great, but I have not analyzed the Republican candidates. I've heard Newt Gingrich, and I think he does fine. I'm not familiar with the others. I've not actually listened critically to them.
Would you not say that Newt's voice is a little high?
It is high, yeah. It's a little whiny. How are we doing on time? I'm going to make sure. I assured Stephen, he said, you only have 40 minutes. And I said, Stephen, the network gives me 32 seconds. I think I can handle it. But I do have a door prize that he's holding, and I think he may want to tell you about that.
We do. Thank you, Donna. As a token of our appreciation, we've got a gift for you. Thank you so much for coming and speaking with us. We have 2 door prizes today, but the first one I've got to make with an announcement.